What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It's Friday night here in Sydney. So you know what that means. Time to crack that cold one, pour yourself a stiff one, roll yourself a green one if that's the way that you like to roll. But as long as you guys sit back, relax, because it is Shooting the Shit Uncensored. I'm your host, Piers Austin, the bald, the beard, the beautiful Piers Austin. And we are brought to you live by Multi-Continental Wrestling Alliance on Facebook and on YouTube. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch as well. It doesn't matter where you find us as long as you find us. But guys, I've got a really special guest coming on tonight. His name is Murdoch. He's an Australian professional wrestler. He's wrestling for a company called Deathmatch DownUnder, which are doing some amazing things down here and a really hot promotion. I'm really excited to have Murdoch on. He's also one half of the tag team Misspent Youth with Aisha. So we're going to get into a lot of that. But guys, before I bring out Murdoch, I just want to take a quick pause for the cause to thank some sponsors. First up is A-Rock Designs. Now, A-Rock Designs, you see that company all over the wrestling Facebook groups, the wrestling Facebook pages, Instagram pages. They make custom wrestling cups, hoodies, keychains, T-shirts. You name it, they make it. They'll even monogram your dog if you want them to. They don't recommend that, but they'll do it. You know, they made me this custom and sent me out this custom CM Punk tumbler, which is pretty badass, and I really like it. So guys, go check them out. They got a great product for really affordable prices, and they ship everywhere in the world. Next up is Signal Studios. So Signal Studios is a recording studio based here in Sydney, Australia. Now, if you're a professional wrestler, right, and you need some pretty sick, dope-ass entrance music, you need to hit up my boy Rafi at Signal Studios, and he can mix, master, produce any kind of track that you want and ship it out worldwide, baby. And if you're a local musician and you wouldn't need a place to rehearse, a place to record, a place to practice, a place to get your creative juices flowing, you will not find a more comfortable recording space, studio set up in the world. So ladies and gentlemen, check them out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, you'll find them everywhere. But ladies and gentlemen, while I've talked enough, plug some sponsors and talked enough shit, I'm going to bring out the guest, the man of the hour himself. It is your boy, Murdoch. What's going on, man?
Not much, dude. Just happy to be here, man.
Dude, I'm happy to be here too, man. How's your Friday night been, dude?
Good. I just literally probably about 10 minutes ago got back from PCW Slam, where I wrestled and won.
Well done.
I literally finished the show, just ran out the door, and now I'm here. It was a good show.
Nice, man. Nice. And, who'd you wrestle tonight anyway? You want to put him over?
Guy called the Sensational Shen. He was a good fight. I won. I won.
There you go, man. That's the main thing.
But yeah, it was a good match.
So, dude, when did you get involved in wrestling, man? Like, when did it all start for you?
Are you going to say like training or like in general?
Let's go in general. I think asking when you became a fan. I think every wrestling fan remembers that moment.
Mm-hmm. So the first wrestling I saw was in 2007. It was a random SmackDown that my dad put on. I'm sure he regrets it ever since. But it was the first match I ever saw was Batista versus Undertaker. And instant, immediate, hooked. Undertaker got me instantly. I didn't care for Batista. I cared about the Undertaker. It was just really, I never stopped watching. I'm sure my dad regrets that heavily.
But you know what? The Undertaker has always been so captivating and so intriguing to a lot of people. And I think even people that weren't even into wrestling knew who the Undertaker was and liked the Undertaker because he's just so rock and roll and goth. You know what I mean? And I think he's just he's kind of and I say this about Jericho, they're kind of the Dave Grohl of professional wrestling that have been cool for 30 years, right?
Yeah. They've just maintained it throughout the years.
But, like you said, what do you remember how old you were when you saw that match? Because I'm imagining Dave Batista and Undertaker probably around like 2010, maybe 8.
It was 2007. I know that for some reason. I remember it was 2007, and I was 7. I was 7 years old.
Wow. Now I feel really old talking to you tonight, man.
It's excellent. I love people telling people like, I was born in 2000.
Wow. Dude, dude, I was legal drinking age in Australia in 2000. I'm like, shit.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I was born in 2000.
Nah, man, that's pretty wicked, dude. Like, and 2007 Undertaker, man, that was kind of like him. I don't want to say like coming to an end of his career, but it was kind of like he wasn't wrestling he probably was wrestling consistently, but it was starting to wind down around then.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was around when he had the title after WrestleMania or before WrestleMania, when he had the World Heavyweight title. I think that was that feud. And that was probably like he had a couple more years and then he really started slowing down.
Yeah, dude. But so for you, like seeing that and then just being like hooked to, like, what was it that sort of kept you around? Because obviously, like, you see one character, but after a while, like kids sort of, their mind sort of goes, oh, well, if there's nothing else intriguing. But do you remember any other characters that really sort of took out to you?
Yeah, so I had Taker for a while. I was pretty happy with Taker for a while. And then the next person I remember hooking onto instantly was Jeff Hardy. Right around his probably before, and then like I was watching every single week into his feud with Punk. And before that, Edge, I think, as well. I can't remember. It was a while ago. But yeah, like I remember keeping up to tabs with him against Punk, and then him against like at the SummerSlam, and then when the cage match when he left WWE, I remember keeping up. I was at school when the SmackDown aired for when it was the like if Jeff Hardy loses he gets fired cage match. And I remember like refreshing on my iPod Touch, refreshing to see if he'd lost, and then being devastated that he had lost. It just so like cut. I was like, I can't believe we lost Jeff Hardy. He's back though. I hope he's back soon.
How long, like, before you sort of figured out what wrestling is, like that it was a work? Like, did it take you like a few years to figure it out, or did you figure it out pretty quick?
Well, I have a brother, and we had a trampoline. So that was disastrous. So Dad would always the parents would always like, it's fake. Stop kicking each other. And I would like shoot Tombstone Matt. Matt is my brother.
Yeah.
I once he was making his entrance, and I drop kicked him off the side of the trampoline, just straight to the ground. I was the older brother, so they kept trying to like tell us like it's fake. I was like, no, definitely not. It's not fake. It's still real to me, Dan.
That's
I
awesome.
want to say like around 2010, 2011.
Yeah,
is when I was starting to read like dirt sheets and stuff.
Yeah,
I remember reading about like Punk's title reign and stuff.
That's I mean, like I remember as a kid, for us, it was like when Hulk Hogan left WWF, and we're like, yeah, no, that's because it's like someone died in the, like we started making up stories like, yeah, someone died in the ring, so now it's not real, it's a work, like, you know what I mean? Like it was like now it's like this, and that's why Hulk left. Now he's gone to WCW because that's like the legit, you know what I mean? Like that's the schoolyard mentality of it, you know, but. Man, but like, how old were you when you decided going, you know what, fuck, I just want to be a pro wrestler. I'm going to get involved in the business.
So it was really like something I considered as an option in about 2012. I want to say 2012 or 2011. I saw a poster for a PCW show, and I was like, there is wrestling in Australia? No. Like I was a shocked 12-year-old. And so I convinced my dad to take me and my mate. And I went, and it was the greatest thing of all time. We were like second row. There was a tables match. It was incredible. And then they advertised like, oh, we have an academy. If you become a professional wrestler, sign up for the PCW Academy. And I was like, I got to do it. I got to do it now. I'm a 12-year-old. I need to start wrestling. So I tried to sign up. I really did. I think I tried to sign up when I was 13, and they're like, no, you can't do that. Come back when you're 16. But yeah, once I saw that first show, I was like, I gotta do it. There was no like questions about it. It was like, I gotta do it.
And did you go back at 16, on your 16th birthday? Were you like there at the door going, "Hey"?
Yeah, like a month after, to the day, 1 month after I did my first assessment, like to see if I could do it.
Yeah, and obviously everything went well.
Everything went, I think, okay. I remember they just saw this short fat kid come in, and they were like, oh god, here we go. But I knew how to work. I had wrestled on the trampoline, damn it.
And cut promos in the bathroom.
Yeah, absolutely. I was a machine. I was already a work rate superstar. So I came through, and the only thing I remember is them they really warmed me up to be like I'd done all the bumps pretty okay, and then we got to the flip bump, and they were like, hey man, not everyone gets it first try. It's going to be okay. You'll be fine. You'll figure it out. And then trampoline superstar over here nailed his first flip bump, and they were like, oh, okay. The bump was horrible, but I flipped, and they were like, holy shit, okay. Well, all right, you seem okay.
See, the trampoline, it paid off in the long run. So
it actually did. No, not on how to work or anything, but general, being able to jump, literally just being able to jump and flip and have that ability is strictly because of that stupid trampoline.
Oh man, it gave you that sort of flexibility and stuff to be able to do it though, man. And that is something. But how did you feel taking the first bumps? Was the training what you thought it would be? Because you sort of said yeah, you were reading the dirt sheets and shit like that. But at 16 years of age, I can imagine the confidence was sky high.
I remember the first bump. I remember it sucked. It was I took it sucked, and I was like, no, but that was good. I need that. I need this. I can't stop. Yeah, I was confident in me, but not outwardly. I was such a shy child. I didn't want to speak to anyone. When they're like, you've got to shake everyone's hand, I'm like, I have to shake everyone's. I have to speak to everyone. That's Jeez. Yeah, yes, I've lost track of the question.
That's okay. I was just saying, what was it like training and going through the bumps? Was it what you expected? And was it yeah?
Vaguely. So when I first started, there was 4 different trainers, and I kind of knew you have to go through the bumps and all this. I've never even considered that there was match structure and psychology. It was just you wrestle and it happens. So I wasn't ready for that whole part. But yeah, a lot of I wasn't ready for also just how physical it was, going in and just going, and I was just dripping. Yeah, I really was. I had a vague idea of I'm gonna do it. I'll do all the bumps, and I should be okay with the bumps. I think I'm okay, but it was it was vaguely what I expected because I had watched all this crap on YouTube. Of they're gonna teach me how to do this. They're gonna teach me how to do that. It was because I watched all this stuff. I was I'm gonna be doing all these cool stuff in 2 weeks for sure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be working a show in a month, and happy days. So yeah, I think that the real focus on the basics was not what I expected.
Yeah. And did you feel you went in there in decent cardio shape? Did you feel did you prepare for so you did no preparation, just went in there cold?
I was just I need to wrestle, and people were like, do you want to start doing other stuff to get ready for it? I'm no, wrestling. I need to do wrestling. and yeah, I went in there cold.
Oh, wow.
And learnt the hard way as a chubby 16-year-old. I'm still chubby, but I think I can go now, at least a little.
Well, dude, like, you know what? That probably taught you the respect of the business, though. Like, you can't just turn up and not be in shape. You can't turn up to a show and, you know, because if you're not in shape and you get in there in the ring, you're putting, you know, the person you're wrestling at risk, right? You know what I mean? Like, because if you gas out halfway through the match and your body doesn't do what you need it to do at that time, you can hurt someone, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, like, yeah, I remember getting torn to shreds a couple times because I just couldn't go. I just like not like wrestling, but like training.
Yeah.
I just got like a couple times where I just copped it because I was dying. And it was like simple shit. It was like shit I needed to do at all times. Like I should just be able to like do it. And I was just like 16-year-old me was just not prepared. He thought he knew what he was doing. He didn't.
but that's like 16-year-olds, right? Like when you're a teenager, you're like, fuck yeah. But like I can remember like the same shit. Like I was like 16 and watching like the Stone Cold and Rock do their thing, right? Like I was 16, 17, and I was like saying to my dad, I'm gonna do this shit. And my dad's like, you're 5'0". You're a short little fat kid. Like, no, you're not gonna do that shit. Like these guys are superhuman. And it was like, oh, okay. You know what I mean?
Oh, but, fair enough.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, righto. But like, how long into training before you actually started working shows, though, dude?
I got 6 months, almost to the day, which is what I said I wanted to do. I was like, I'm gonna train 6 months to the day, or like 6 months, and I want to get on a show. And it was almost to the day. I think it was a couple days over. It was 6 months and like 2 days. I worked my first show.
That is awesome, dude. 6 months. That's pretty cool, man. And how was the first match?
Well, I was very underprepared. I got messaged on Tuesday so the show was on Saturday, I believe. And I got messaged on the Tuesday going like, do you have gear? And I was like, I have nothing. I didn't there was no inkling before that I was actually, I need to put this pen down, that I was actually going to wrestle. There was nothing. There was like, yeah, you're doing well. We'll get you a spot soon enough. And then, on the Tuesday, I got a message like, do you have gear? Do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have a name? Do you have this? And I'm like, oh, I don't have anything. I have nothing. All right, well, we'll let you know in a couple days. I got told, I think on the Wednesday, the next day, it was like, yeah, you're wrestling. You need gear. You need this. You need that. You need a ring name. You need entrance music. You need all this. I'm like, oh, God. Oh, gee. Oh, Lord. I was like, you've got, and then like they told me who I've got. You come down to training on whatever day. We'll do the match all beforehand. You'll figure it out. We'll run through it like 4 times. It'll be fine. I was like, I was still 16. I'm like, oh.
Wow.
Like,
because that teenage angst and anxiety would have just come out.
Yeah, like I was working at the time and I was a mess at work because I'd be like, I gotta wrestle on Saturday. I don't know what I'm doing. Who knows? I don't know.
Did you feel you weren't ready?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, yeah. Like when I first I could bump. I could bump. Like I could bump. I could do your classic hip toss, your basic stuff. But like I didn't have any moves. I had no moves other than your hip tosses, your suplex. That was it. And then they're like, all right, you need to like tease it, like do this, do that, do that. And I'm like, I got enough. I can hit another hip toss if you want. It was just like I knew I feel like I knew I could do it, but I was also like, I don't have anything. I felt super underprepared. Yeah.
I think that's like every wrestler though. Like they have that thing from their first match. Like, one says like the first match is the worst match, right? And it's like, and I've spoken to some guys, and they say it's like, your training is basically just your simple learning how to bump. Then it's like psychology and all that shit traditionally has just been like, you go and learn that by working, that's how it works. And it could be nerve wracking, especially for a 16-year-old though, man. But do you remember who you wrestled?
I wrestled a guy called Fury who, I ended up wrestling him like 4 or 5 times, but right at the start, he was like my first match, my third match, my fourth match, and then like my sixth and my seventh. And he was like, he had been doing it for a while, but he like still didn't really know what he was like doing fully. He didn't know his character properly. And so like he was like learning. I was a job guy. I was essentially like, you're going to show that he will just beat the crap out of you and then you'll lose.
Make him look good, sell your ass off. And
yeah, because they knew I could bump. Like they knew I could bump. Like, so, yeah, he was super nice, and he was like, oh, I want you to get some stuff in. I'm like, I don't have anything to get in. Super easy to work with. He was a really good guy. Yeah, I was so stressed. And I remember before the show, for like 2 hours, I just paced back and forth. Really? Before my match started, I just like paced. I was full in gear, but like 3 hours beforehand, I just paced. Because I was so nervous. I was running over the match in my head and they're like, dude, chill. Fucking chill out. Like, just stop. I'm like, oh man, I gotta keep going. And so I just kept I did laps and laps and laps and laps and laps of that backstage area because I was so stressed.
Did anyone try and talk to you and try and calm you down at all?
A little. Like, I had a couple, I can't remember, but I know I had like at least one guy who was like, hey man. He was the dude, a guy called Ross Winter, who I had come up with like from the very start. And he had just debuted the week before. And then he was on the next show as well. Because PCW run weekly shows at the time. They ran weekly shows. So he had just debuted the week before, and he was the main dude being like, hey, you'll be fine, chill, you can do it. I'm like, but I can't. I'm so stressed.
Oh, man. The poor 16-year-old Murdoch.
Yeah, I was a little baby boy, and I was very stressed out. I still get super stressed.
But that shows how much you care about it, right?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, because it shows how much like you really enjoy and want to succeed at it. If you, you know what I mean? Like if you were just going out there and going like, yeah, fuck it, this is going to be easy. Yeah. Like whatever, you know, like that would probably be more concerning to people, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, it's, you know, going into, you know, those matches, like, did you have the Murdoch name? Did you have the idea of the character and everything from an early age?
So originally I wanted Murdoch as a full name. I had a full name. Yeah. I wanted classic rich kid gimmick. Because at the time I was 16, slicked back hair, like full slicked back hair.
Yeah.
Like I just wanted to be this rich, entitled, chubby kid called Chad Murdoch. I wanted to be Chad. I was like, I'm going to be Chad Murdoch.
You can't get any more of a white boy name than Chad.
I know. That was the idea. And then I like pitched it to Tricky, who was the booker. And he's like, maybe not Chad. Let's not do let's just call you Murdoch for now. Like, we'll just call you Murdoch. And we can figure it out later. And I was like, oh, okay, I really wanted to be Chad Murdoch, but that's okay. That's fine. Yeah. So like it was literally like I came up with this thing, and then they were like, maybe Murdoch, just Murdoch, which I'm so glad that I'm not Chad Murdoch. But
Murdoch is a cool name. Like it sounds cool. You know what I mean? Like that. Like when I first saw the Deathmatch Down Under like card that was being released, I saw your name with Aisha's name as Misspent Youth. And I was like, fucking Murdoch. And I was like, this guy looks like a cool motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's a cool fucking dude. Like, and like I watched your match that you guys had, and man, like it's just so like interesting to see that of an intergender tag team. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of been done in the States with like Joey Ryan and I've just drawn a blank, but Candice, that's right. Sorry, Candice Gargano. Or Candice LeRae, I should say. But but to do it here in Australia, I don't think it's been done before. How did you and Aisha, come together to form a tag team?
So Aisha and I have been dating for like 3 years now. So, I met her at my very first assessment. She was the first person I talked to because she talked to me, other than the trainer. She was the only person I talked to because she liked my Kevin Owens shirt, and we talked about Kevin Owens, and I was like, that's a cool chick. I like her. And then 2 years later, we started dating, and then it was a thing of we got asked, like, would you guys want to tag? And Asia and I were like, do we want to tag? Like, it was a weird thing. It was like, oh, we're a couple. And then it was like, all right, we want to tag. And then it was the whole thing of like, do you want to like mention that you're a couple? Like, we got asked, like, do you guys want to talk about the fact that you're a couple? And we both just went, like, I'm not really fussed about it. Like, it's not like, I don't want it to be the gimmick. It's not the gimmick at all. It's that Aisha and I are good fucking wrestlers. And we know we work well together, and we know we have that chemistry. So why not is more like the thing. It just kind of like, it was offered up to us, and we were like, yeah, it'd be cool. Why not?
Yeah, like, dude, I saw your match, and I really enjoyed it. And like I like the fact that it's like, it's not the gimmick of the wrestling power couple sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, and I didn't even know you were dating. So there you go. Like that, you know, so to me, it just seemed like, you know, two really, like, you guys are really good in the ring, and your match at Into the Wolves was spectacular, man. I really enjoyed it. And that card from bell to bell was just outstanding.
Yeah, it was really good. I got out at halftime at intermission, and I just watched the other half of the card because I was like, there's going to be some good matches on here. I needed to see the main event, and I needed to see Ugg versus Andrew Arthur because I knew someone was going to die. And
that was brutal. That was two big fucking heavyweights just smashing the daylights out of each other. It was brilliant.
Yeah, Jake Andrew Arthur's chest after that match. I came up to him after, and I was like, "Holy shit! Oh god!" I've taken Ugg's chops. I've taken them like twice. Like I've only taken 2, and I was like, "That's enough. We're gonna move." I took like one, and then he went for another, and I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, all right, let's move. I'm not taking that again. Bro, that was ridiculous. And the main event too. That was crazy.
Yeah, dude, that was a crazy main event. And I think that, as I said, from bell to bell, that was quite an amazing show. I'm really looking forward to the next show. And but you know, is deathmatch wrestling something that you see in your future? Like, do you see yourself getting in there and mixing it up?
I'm up for it. I'm a little concerned. Like, so seeing that show was the first time I'd seen deathmatch wrestling, like in person, fully watching it. I've never like traveled to the States, and there's never really been like, other than like hardcore matches, I'd never really seen anything that was like straight up deathmatch wrestling. And then to watch that, like the 100 light tube deathmatch between Callan and I've blanked on his name. Michael?
Damian Rivers?
Damian Rivers. Why did I say Michael? I have no idea. I wrestled before, guys. Please.
You got a big night, man. No judgment here. No judgment here, bro. You won.
Oh, I did win. To see that match, I was like, oh, okay, this shit's legit. Like,
yeah,
I want to do it because it seems really really cool, and the creative options are crazy. But I also don't like being cut up a bunch.
Yeah,
but I'm up for it. I'm considering it. I've talked to Joel a couple times, and I'm like, I'll do it. Maybe. I gotta think about it.
But I think like that sort of like wrestling, and I've spoken to a few deathmatch guys, and one of the things that they pretty much always say is like, you have to be like, you can't second guess yourself at all, because that is like when shit just goes pear-shaped. And that's the thing, like you even saw, like, you know, just to sort of, you know, get a little bit off topic, the David Arquette thing with the death match, where like he even said he freaked out, and then You know what I mean? Shit like that happens,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, I saw that. Oh god. Yeah, that's why like I have seen that footage. That's fucked.
He finished the match.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, but like he finished the match. Fucking full credit to him. Jesus Christ. Like,
to be fair, he was wrestling Nick Gage, who almost like bled out and died, and still finished his match, like, and then wanted to continue in Tournament of Death.
What a worker, brother. Oh god.
Oh brother.
Oh brother. I've started using brother in real life to speak to anyone. I hate it. I'll do it like outside, meeting new random people. I'm like, hey brother, and I'm like, I do it. I'm like, they don't get it, but it hurt me.
Not at all, man. I think like someone comes up, hey brother, how you doing?
I think it progressed from bro to just brother. I'm like, even sometimes you'll hear me like brother, and I'm like, I'm not Hulk Hogan.
I do it all the time though, man. Like I'm messaging people and like even wrestlers. I think I probably do it. I was like, hey bro, do you want to do this? Like, hey man, what's up? Like,
guarantee you I called you bro at some point.
Oh dude. It's all good, man. Different bros from different mo's, man.
I'll sometimes message people and be like, yeah, was something, brother, and then just keep moving, you know? Just hit him with a good brother. Brother me softly.
Exactly, man. Like my wife will make fun of me because I'll talk to my best friend and she'll be like, this is the conversation. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Oh, for sure, bro. Yeah, bro. 100% do, bro.
I call Aisha bro. Aisha and I call each other bro constantly. We're just like, yeah, bro. Like, yeah. I call like dude a bro. It's just everyone. It's a gender neutral term. Everyone is a dude and a bro. Like Aisha and I constantly, yeah, bro. Yeah, it's all good, bro. How you doing, bro?
That's so progressive.
Yes.
Hey, sweetie, bro.
Yeah. It's just straight bro. We're just straight to the bro.
But like, how do you find like actually wrestling as a tag team partner with your actual life, like your actual like girlfriend? Like when you see her in the ring, do you get concerned? Do you get worried? Like, especially because like she's like wrestling, you know, predominantly men. I'm assuming with Deathmatch Down Under at the moment.
Yeah. Nah. I know full well she can hold her own. Like, she doesn't need me there. She can do it. She can do it well. I know full well that Aisha's going to be fine. I don't get concerned. Honestly, I just watch. I'm like, this is really cool. This is cool. Yeah. I just get in the corner. I'll sometimes like zone out entirely. I'll just be watching. Oh, yeah, this is really cool. Yeah, that's a cool spot. That was nice. And like, yeah, I just like, I know Aisha's not going to hurt herself. I know no one's going to hurt Aisha. Yeah. It's happy days.
And I think it's this generation of wrestlers, like, you know what I mean? Like that, you go back like 15 years in wrestling and like, a lot of the time there was a lot of males that were like, no, I'm not going to bump for a woman. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? Like, and now it's at the point where we can watch intergender wrestling and it's really, really good. And you can get lost in the match. And that to me is like, you know, something spectacular to see. Yeah. Like I was never an intergender guy until I went to a PWA show and I saw that. And I'm like, fuck, these guys do it well.
Yeah. Like, we don't even like, we're not like we had a full sit down with like Joel and a couple of other guys and they're like, it's not even intergender wrestling. It's just wrestlers. Like, who cares? If you want to be like the women's wrestler, that's fine. But like, it's just wrestling. We don't have a women's division. It's just wrestlers in each division. It doesn't matter like what gender you are. It's just, we're fucking wrestlers, bro. Like, hey, come on, bro. We're wrestlers.
Exactly, brother. But you know what? Like, it's funny, the fact, because like people like get up in arms. It's like, oh my God, like they let this 60-kilo woman beat this 120-kilo guy. And it's like, it's professional wrestling, guys. Like, I hate to tell you, but it's kind of a work, man.
It's like a work, brother.
Yeah, exactly, brother. Yeah, you got to make them towns, brother.
Oh, absolutely.
But like, is that like you guys moving forward? Do you think it's going to be like you're going to focus on the tag team, or do you think you guys are also going to like focus on singles and be a tag team as well, if that makes sense?
Well, the next show for Deathmatch Smashing Sandcastles on February 13th, I have Royce in singles. I have Royce Chambers in a singles match.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that has been announced. I'm not spoiling anything.
Actually, no, I did see that.
No, it was the first. I think it was the first match announced. But yeah, I've got Royce Chambers in a singles match because he thinks I ain't shit. He's going to learn the hard way. But yeah, like predominantly, especially at DMDU, I think it'll definitely be more in Aisha and I focusing on tag team wrestling. Going forward, other than this singles match, I need to kick Royce in his mouth so he stops talking. Yeah, I think we'll be focusing on tag team wrestling, at least at Deathmatch Down Under.
Yeah, man. I mean, you guys seem really, really strong as a team. Like I said, I really enjoyed the work. Your match with Royce Chambers coming up. That's a match I'm actually really looking forward to checking out, man. I'm excited for that. And the next show, man, like there's been some matches announced, dude, that I've seen today, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you've got Robbie Eagles is on that card.
Yeah.
They announced that. Yeah, they announced that. Robbie Eagles, like the Velocities are on that card against Robbie Eagles and Matt Diamond. That match is going to be ridiculous.
Absolutely.
Fox and Avery in a like roses and carpet strips death match, I think it is.
Wow, that's going to be something.
I saw the carpet strips on Monday and Joe was like touching it. Oh my god. Why? And he's like, yeah, I don't like carpet strips. We don't like carpet strips.
You're like, I can see why.
This sucks. Like, what else have you got? You got there's another match I was really excited for. JXT, Richie Taylor, Steph DeLander is on the show. Have they announced her match? Yes.
Yes, she's facing. Is it Caveman Ugg?
She's wrestling Caveman Ugg. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Finally, Charlie Evans versus Joel Bateman in the death match. That's going to be excellent. I take my words back. I had seen a death match before. I had seen Avery versus Charlie Evans at the MCW Girl Show.
Really?
I had seen that match because Aisha was on it and I was at that show. I had seen that match. Charlie took skewers to the head and I was like, oh.
I saw that in the video. I saw that. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I had seen that. I take my words back. But yeah, that match, Joel versus Charlie, is going to be fucking unreal.
Dude, when you take like two people that can really, really wrestle, like Joel and Charlie, and then you put the extra elements into it, like the gimmicks, it makes the match so much more spectacular. And because it's like, you're not just going to get a standard, like, you know what I mean? Like hack and slash. Yeah. It's going to tell like a really good story.
Yeah, right? Like it's not just going to be like, oh, blood, there's blood everywhere. Like there's going to be meaning to everything. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited. I hope I get to watch it.
Oh, dude. Yeah, absolutely, man. But, you've got, as you said, you got your match against Royce Chambers coming up. Have you ever worked him before?
I have worked Royce once in a tag match at PCW. And I had like one spot with him. We've trained together and we've done a bunch of stuff together, like strictly at training, but we've never actually had a match, like a singles contest.
Yeah, right. So this is like someone you're getting in there with, like, not a little bit, but not really too much but you're going to try and mix it up and see where it goes.
Yeah.
But, what's the, when you, now where you're in, like, 4 years into your career, you're 20, I believe?
21. I'm 21 because my birthday's in January. So
there you go. Happy birthday, man.
Thanks,
Happy 21st, brother. Jeez, now I feel really old, man. I'm 39 this year, and I'm like, bro, if I could go back and be 21 again, bro, but with the money that I have now and the knowledge that I have now, like, I'd be like straight mind fucking people, like.
But the only thing is, like, I had my 21st and I couldn't do anything. I had like a dinner, like with a few friends.
Yeah, because COVID, man.
Yeah, dude. Like my brother turned 18 and I turned 21 and we just did nothing. Like just nothing happened.
Oh, dude, that's well. You know what? Just think when everything opens back up, you have to have yourself like this banging 21st.
Yeah, Aisha tweeted out on my birthday that like as whatever, however many likes she gets is however many shots I'm going to do, and it got to like 60 likes. Twitter tried to kill me.
But are you a drink? Are you a drinker though?
Not massively. I will socially drink and then sometimes accidentally excessively drink.
60 shots is going to kill you. Like that,
I will die. Yes, I told Twitter tried to kill me. I stand by that statement. Aisha and Twitter coerced to try and assassinate me. So I'm not doing 60 shots. I'll do them over like 60 days. 60 days and 60 shots.
I'm sorry. I think I retweeted that.
You tried to kill me. You're part of the problem.
Hey man, look, I wanted to make sure you enjoy your 21st, bro.
Like, I looked at Aisha and went, I'm not fucking doing this.
But that's the thing, man. It never changes. Our women are always going to commit ourselves to shit that we don't have any chance in agreeing or disagreeing, bro. I'll tell you that for free.
Mm-hmm. So when Aisha tells you you're taking the heat.
That's it, man. That's it. But, you know, like, in your wrestling career, man, like, did you ever set yourself out any goals of where you wanted to achieve? Like, is like WWE the ultimate dream for you, or is like, you know, do you see Australian wrestling being something that's going to grow to the point where it's on national television or international television, which it kind of already is with IWTV, right?
Right. You've got Fight, and like Fight was on PCW, and PWA is going to be on Fight.
Yeah.
So you've got that. You've got IWTV with Deathmatch DownUnder and PWA again. My main goal is just to be able to like make a living off wrestling. I don't really care if it's WWE or if it's like, I just want to be able to live wrestling is essentially the thing. I just want to be able to, all I really care about is fucking wrestling. like WWE would be cool, but also like Ring of Honor's signing Australians, and that's really fucking cool. Like they signed Kellyanne and Slex and Brooksy. Man. My hair is in the way. Hold on 2 seconds.
All good.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Mine's the same.
Yeah, I know it's rough. Yeah. Just get it out. There's still conditioner in my hair from wrestling, so it's kind of slimy and gross, and it's being a mess. Because you got to wet it, and condition it, make it look like top notch. Am I right?
100%, bro. 100%.
Thank you, brother.
Brother, like preaching to the choir, brother.
Absolutely. What was I saying? Yes, I want to be able to live wrestling is essentially the dream, just to live wrestling.
Do you think, like, here in Australia, it can get to the point where performers like yourself could make a living in professional wrestling solely in Australia?
In Australia, I could definitely see like an NXT UK sort of thing happening here, where like WWE they're like, guess what? We're starting here. We're doing an NXT Australia for a general example, like something like that, where they have like this like training facility and a show here. I could absolutely see them doing that, and that's being an option as a way to make a living here. Wrestling in Australia, kind of different though, because it's still the company less than like Australia. I have high hopes for Australian wrestling, but like it's so hard. We're so far away. Like that's the whole thing. Is like I saw on Twitter that like people were going off. Like people are just like, if you work hard, you'll make it. But we're so far away, and there's COVID, and there's lockdowns, and there's all this crap that it's hard. It's just just a little bit hard at the moment. But I could definitely see something like an NXT Australia starting up, or something of the sort. Being a way for Aussie guys to live in Australia and make a living off it.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably see him do like an Australasia sort of thing, like centralize something. Like, I think it would probably be it'd be cool to have it in Australia. Like, we got some pretty cool facilities in Sydney, and I know you guys do in Melbourne that they can easily build something at, which would be a good location. And the talent that are here in Australia, like, is second to none.
Yeah, like the PCW Academy, right? The place where I trained at. We have like at the moment we have the Southeastern Entertainment Center, which we have like 3 rings. We got a full like facility that can fit like 450, 500 if you're really pushing it. We can't do that right now because COVID. Yeah. But we've got like 3 rings. We've got a big fucking facility. Like you could you could easily even like MCW Academy I think upgraded as well. Like just recently. There's options and I could definitely see it being here, especially because like we can get some rowdy fans.
Especially deathmatch, because you have the words deathmatch in it. You know it's going to be a wild night, right?
That crowd was, I was shocked. I was a bit iffy. Like before going out, Aisha and I were like, Aisha was like pretty like, well, we should be fine. I was like, I don't know if they're going to know me. Like, and they were honestly coming out, they were kind of 50-50, but we got them by the end of the night. We got them. They cared. That crowd was awesome. It was really cool.
One of the things where I first saw you was where you cut the promo where you said, "I'm the best wrestler you've never heard of," and that line stuck out to me. And it's like, that sounds like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's like sounds like a frustration with you with the business, or if it's just like, hey, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been around, but you've never heard of me. Now I'm going to make my mark.
Yeah.
Like what?
You go. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like, what was that meaning behind that? Like, it
was essentially that I have been wrestling since 2016, and you get kind of stuck in this, like at PCW, they don't really bring a lot of talent in. They're very like centralized. There's a bubble, right? And I've been stuck in that bubble. And people knew vaguely who I was, but I was like, I really wanted to do it in 2020, but 2020. But so I was like, I'm going to fucking show them. This year is where I show you, and you finally figure out who the fuck I am, to be very direct. I wanted to show everyone that like I can fucking go. Like that was it. It was, I want to show you I can fucking wrestle, and you're gonna take notice.
And you know what? That's kind of the feeling that I got, and it was like, you know what I mean? Like I could feel like a bit of angst behind it, and even Aisha's promo, man. Like you guys, like, you know, that promo was pretty good. Like just the back and forth and stating, both of you guys got the message across, man. And I think that's the most important thing in a promo. And you know, the way that you guys, work together in that, I was like, fuck, I got to see these guys work. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I have to see this match. Right? That was my mentality. But what do you see, like, foresee for the rest of 2021 with Misspent Youth? Like, where do you see you guys, going from here? Like, is there any, ideal matches that you would like to see yourselves in?
Well, hopefully we are in the tag title tournament. So hopefully tag team gold is the main focus right now. We want those tag belts and we want them bad. I don't even know who we have in the semifinals.
Has there been a match announced?
No, there hasn't, because I believe it's in March. I don't know. I don't care who it is. We need that. I need that shit. I keep saying it's a we. All right, it's Aisha's as well. She's a good brother.
She's a very good brother.
That's the main thing is 2021. I need those Deathmatch DownUnder tag titles.
Hell yeah, man. Like I reckon it would be quite the you know what, man, I'm gonna put my money on you guys to have the titles. Like I just think I think it would be a good way, especially for a company that is so progressive, with gender and equality and everything like that I definitely think that you guys being their tag team champions would be probably one of the smartest, decisions to make, especially if that's the company that they want to present themselves as being so inclusive.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Like,
not to put you over or to blow smoke or anything like that, bro.
Say it again. Tell me.
Hey, man, look, I speak the truth, bro. I give opinions. I'm a fan. I'm not a worker, so I give a perspective of a fan's mentality.
Oh,
so
yeah. My brother just got home.
What's up, Murdoch's brother? Welcome to Shooting the Shit Uncensored Tag Team Edition.
I heard him in the street, and I texted him, like, if you come in, don't come in. I swear to God, don't come in. I'm doing a podcast. Leave me alone. And obviously, he didn't read his phone.
Well, either that or he's just being a dick.
That's true. I wouldn't put it past him. When I was streaming on Twitch the second time I did it, Matt just rocked up. I was like, hey guys, what's going on? And they just started like talking shit against one of the watchers. I'm like, he's trying to just be nice and watch me. And you're like, I'm gonna get you. And I was like, Matt, chill, bro.
Dude, like when I started doing this, like I was a few months into it, and I was interviewing Al Snow. And like I'm sitting here talking, it's like near the end of the interview, and I didn't hear the door like open. And like my 4-year-old son, who was 3 at the time, came in and literally stood like right here, and I was like so engaged in the conversation. Al Snow's gone, "Oh, hello there. What's your name?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" So it was like, "Oh, I mean, hey, buddy." Whoops.
Yeah. That's excellent.
And that's when I put a lock on the studio door.
Yeah, I have no lock. Matt just rocks up when he wants.
Oh, that's it, man. But you know what? We mentioned this before, ladies and gentlemen. We've done this on a couple of other shows. It is called 60 Seconds with Piers. That is right. Murdoch is going to step in up against me. I'm going to rapid fire some questions at him. He's got 60 seconds to answer as many as he can. There is no wrong answers. Are you ready to go, brother? Brother.
Let's do it. I'm very ready.
Let's do it. Okay. Right. What sport did you play as a kid?
Football. Aussie rules.
Name a gross combo meal you like that no one else does.
I don't know. I'm pretty generic.
Would you rather appear on Home and Away or Neighbours?
Neighbours. I've appeared on Neighbours. That's a fun fact.
We'll get into that next. If you could ask Vince McMahon one question, what would it be?
That's
you can say next.
Who do you think is your best worker right now? I'd really be curious to see that. To see what he says.
What is your go-to drink at night? On a night out?
On a night out, usually I go for a seltzer of some kind.
What TV series do you watch over and over?
Wrestling. Does that count?
Best subject at school?
Drama.
Stop. That is 60 Seconds with Piers. Thank you very much, Murdoch. That was a lot of fun. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That's just a little bit of a game that we're playing here because when we have internationals on, I like to play Guess the Aussie Slang, but I can't really do that game against Australians because they're going to know every fucking one. So we've got a new game to end the show, but Murdoch, where can everyone find you, man? Where can people support you, get some merch?
Facebook, not Facebook. Facebook, I'm Murdoch-Wrestler or something. Twitter and Instagram is at your boy Murdoch, your boy with an I, because I'm a cool hip kid. Merch, come to a show. I am planning on getting a wrestler merch page soon, but I do not have that yet. Come to a show, come say hi, buy a shirt from me, and I'll thank you a lot.
There you go. Guys, also just want to make special announcement on Sunday night on Multi-Continental Wrestling Alliance on Facebook and on YouTube. You asked for it. You've been demanding when it's coming back after a short hiatus. It is 2020 wrestling and it's coming. There you go, guys. 2020 wrestling is returning. And also just a quick note as well and a quick mention that MWA is also welcoming a new podcast to the channel, which is Clickbait Wrestling. That is right. It is Clickbait Wrestling with your boy Smithy. We're going to be debuting his show in the next few weeks, so make sure that you tune in for that. Guys, once again, Murdoch, thank you for joining us tonight, man. It's been a great honor having you on, bro. And thanks for giving up your Friday night. And everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you go and check out our sponsors, A-Rock Designs on Facebook and also Signal Studios. Until next time, guys, we'll see you soon.